I was a corporate mom, waking up at the crack of dawn and taking the 6:30 train into the city every day, and was named the #1 entertainment analyst by Fortune. So I was a very focused individual. I had never planned to become a full-time artist. I started small. I gifted paintings to family and friends, and it grew from there. I kept painting all the time. The passion grew as the more that I painted. Just basically, the canvases kept getting bigger and bigger. Before, it was libraries and women's clubs. Now I shoot for museums and galleries. It is a learning curve, and I feel like there's always room for improvement. After 17 years on Wall Street and 6 years in the corporate world, it was something that I naturally grew into, and it blossomed, and it became now my greatest passion. Paint, paint, paint. My career has continued to develop, and my aspirations continue to grow as an artist. I love texture, so I wanted to figure out the best ways to bring out the texture in canvas, and I just experimented with this, and I loved it. So the process is I put a full coat of the acrylic molding paste on the canvas, and then I use the palette knife to sculpt in shapes. It's almost like, frosting a cake. As I'm creating it, I might see a story coming out in the canvas.
So your paintings aren't done in a day, I guess?
No, not. That would be rather unusual. They can take days, weeks, or months. It really depends on the individual work. And you start and you think you're on a very quick path, and then sometimes you add something that you don't like, and then you have to go through the whole cycle again until you're back to a place that you're really happy.
What do you see when you look at it?
I see a lot of vegetation. I see a lot of kind of fairy tale elements. It's certainly a happy place. Every painting is a challenge, from Ice Cube series to Dreamscape and Shangri-La series, all of which are rooted in different parts of my past. And I really try to bring people along the journey. Each one is a part of me, and I never actually leave them behind. I keep developing them over the years. And I even harken back to doodles that I did as a young child. I would copy masters. I started with geometric style, which played to my analytical mind. And as my creative spirit developed, I started to get much more fluid in my painting. I used to copy Monet and Van Gogh when I was learning oil painting. I was a piano player as a child. I would practice up to 6 hours a day, and that showed in my artwork as well. I tried different techniques, oil, then I grew into larger canvases, into acrylic. As I moved to the larger rooms, my creative style really changed, it morphed. My dad was extremely excited when I became an artist. He would have been blown away with what I've done. My mom was an artist as well. She did abstract paintings. They always fanned all of my interests, were always very supportive. What inspired me was lots of different iconic brands, whether it be Marvel Entertainment characters, Batman, I have a Batman Ice Cube, children's stories, Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, The Giving Tree, Where the Wild Things Are, all of those inspired different paintings. In terms of my art career, just the ability to come here and paint every day is such a wonderful gift. There'll be about 35 pieces in the show, including several 6 by 10 foot paintings. So it's mostly large scale works, and then a couple of 12 by 12 inch paintings. So there'll be a couple of babies mixed in among a lot of very big works. This is actually the most recent work. This is a lilac ice cube. And ice cubes have grown to mean a personal challenge. So an ice cube is always shown in a dripping state as you have the fire from within to overcome that challenge. This is called the looking glass. You can see it's kind of like peering into a place that's very far away. It's a matter of laying it down, photographing it, figuring out how the balance works. This was one of those paintings that just came out fairly simply. The colors just worked. I think it relates a lot to time spent on the ocean, lots of family trips on the water, boating. Phoenix is a very interesting work to me because I started laying down the molding paste and out came the head of a bird. It's actually quite autobiographical, how rising from the ashes, going from Wall Street to the world of art, you could really just transform into this beautiful story. I would always find my way back to it. On maternity leave, when I was looking for a way to escape, I would take a canvas outside, paint in the backyard. I absolutely loved painting. And just visiting an art store was a big event for me. To show my work and to have a solo exhibition, I'm really excited about. I like it. I'm gonna stop.